Zel Boy Army, what is going on? It is your boy Zelonius, my beautiful, spicy friend back here, Mr. Ainsley Harrett, here today with an absolute banger of a video for you boys. How to attack in the 4-2-3-1, create more chances, score more goals. A lot of people have been telling me that the main thing they're struggling with on this FIFA, and it's been the same for most of FIFA, is scoring goals, creating chances and attacking. So I'm dedicating a video to using the 4-2-3-1 and making more chances. I'm going to show you a few different techniques of ways you can score on this game. I'll be showing you gameplay clips. I'll be giving you advice on how I create chances, how I score goals. I will show you the tactic, show you the instructions, explain how it plays in game. I'm here to help you out, boys. If you like this type of content, please like it, comment on it, let me know how it's helping you. I appreciate everyone who's been coming into my stream lately, telling me about how they've used the tactic and it's helped them. Link in the description below. I'm going to be trying to stream every day from 3 till 6 PM on Twitch. Make sure you check it out. Get live access to me, get to ask me more questions. I appreciate the support a lot, boys. And if you're looking for educational FIFA content every day to help you improve, this is the channel for you. Please subscribe. Let's get into the video. Okay, boys. I'm going to show you my team, the tactics, player instructions. I'm going to explain to you how I use the formation, the strengths of the 4-2-3-1, why it's good in game, why my instructions are what they are, how they work, and then we'll go into some gameplay where I break it down for you and show you literally in game how I'm using this tactic, how I'm using the formation, the instructions and my team to make chances and create more goals against people. One of the things I want to really point out straight away is, okay, yes, I've got some very expensive players, but there are some cheaper alternatives which I've been spending the last week on videos talking about. 5 of my 6 attacking players here have 5-star weak foot. Hullet and Italian CDM both have 5-star weak foot. The only attacker in the front 4, so Lam, Rab, Cam and Striker, who doesn't have 5-star weak foot is Mbappe. That's because he's a 93 red pick. He's a very good card anyway. He's still got 4-star weak foot, and he's too good not to use, to be honest. Anyone who's thinking, oh, well, your team's just so expensive, so I can't afford these players. Like I said, I've done videos for the last week looking at meta players that are cheap and affordable. Literally, I think, was it yesterday's video? Was looking at the best 5-star weak foot players. I think it was actually Tuesday's, but yeah, Tuesday's video, looking at the best meta 5-star weak foot players for value. So if you can't afford Hullet, because obviously Hullet's insane, but an insane price, get Tillemans. Tillemans is like 200 to 250 grand. There are lots of cheap alternatives that you can afford, and I've been making sure I've been putting out videos to help you guys with that. But having a 5-star weak foot on a player instantly changes how he can play, how he can attack, and you'll see that in some of the clips I use. In the 4-2-3-1, if you have to have 2 positions with 5-star weak foot, the cam and striker are the essential ones. I absolutely recommend that with a passion. 5-star weak foot, cam and striker, but as many positions as you can. That alone will instantly change how this formation plays for you. Okay, let's get into the custom tactics. So, the defensive style isn't really that relevant when it comes to the attacking, but we'll look at the different defensive styles. So we've got balance. That is the one I use. The reason I use this one is because it is literally the balanced mix of different styles. Players still make runs in behind. Players get down the line. Players go into positions where you can still find them for possession. It just seems the most well-rounded offensive style out of all of them. Long ball, for me, players just running behind all the time, which on this FIFA where people sit deep isn't very effective in my opinion, so I'd never use that. Fast build up, I only use in my ultra attacking formation because literally as soon as you get the ball here, the players just instantly just run as fast forward as they can. It almost is too fast the build up here, and I'm not going to use this in a general formation because one of the main things that I preach in the 4-2-3-1 is patience, creating space through safe and controlled play, and possession is very good for seeing out games, but for creating chances in general it's not as good because the players make, I don't want to say less intelligent runs, but they make far safer runs and they're not looking to get in on goal and make chances for you like that. So after testing them all, I found balanced is the safest to use. The width is 5, players in box 5. I really don't do a lot different here. In some of the other formations, I might change the width, like so for the narrow, I might up the width slightly because you need a little bit of natural width that the formation doesn't give. I might put more players in box on some, but in this one, you get natural width from the lamb and ram anyway. You could maybe, if anything, lower the width here if you're struggling to make enough in the middle, but for me, I find that this width works. And then players in box, I feel like this is more, in my opinion, about the patient play and you finding that than changing this. Again, you can experiment with these to try out for you, but for me, this is what's worked. You can see there the 4-2-3-1 on the screen. The reason it works so well for me, and you'll see it in game from the highlights I have, is the 2 CDMs anchor the midfield, they protect the back 4, but then the way I use them, I have them on balanced attack in the instructions. They still get forward. Occasionally, if I trigger runs with them with the L1, LB, or even LB, L1, X/A passes to do 1-2s, they'll get forward and get into the box and make some very good runs. I basically would say I effectively have 6 attackers when I'm using this formation, because I recommend CDMs who can attack as well. The CDMs who are very good at defending and attacking do cost more coins, but like I said, someone like Tillemans can do that and he's a few £100,000. But it's key. The CDMs in this formation are very key in my opinion. They recycle possession, keep the ball, and they also pop up with some goals and are a threat from the edge of the box. The lamb and ram in this formation for me are mostly about stretching the opposition, getting out wide, using them as outlets, and you want to be able to cut back inside with them and lay the ball back off to the middle, but also if they get a chance that they're able to finish it. The cam is arguably the most key position in this formation. The cam is the one that links everyone up. He links the striker, to the lamb, the ram, the CDMs. Everything goes through the focal point in this formation, which is the cam. For me, Di Maria's been insane in this formation, helped me hit a 30 this weekend. The cam is just so key because everything just goes through him. All the players build around him. And then the striker's obviously vital because the striker's the one who's going to get the most chances. This one you absolutely need 5-star weak foot because you need the striker to be able to get the ball inside the box and be able to spin onto either foot and put the ball in the back of the net. The 2 keys in this formation are the cam and the striker. The CDMs would be more important than the lamb and ram in my opinion. You can get away out wide with having just rapid lamb and rams who aren't as don't have the 5-star weak foot. I would like to have it there if possible, but you mainly just need ones who are quick and can get the ball back into the middle, because most of the danger on this game is going to come through the middle of the pitch, as you will see in the highlights. The instructions on this tactic I use: stay back while attacking on all the defenders. The middle CDMs cut passing lanes and cover centre. I find that when they're on that they just protect the middle of the pitch better. They win the ball more for me, and the balanced attack on the attacking support means that they don't sit so deep that they're not involved in the play. They don't go so far forward that I have no defensive midfield when I lose the ball, but they get involved in the attack. They offer me an outlet. They also chip in with some useful goals. Attacking on this game, one of the key ways of scoring past your opponents is overloading them with information. And what I mean by this is giving yourself so many options and so many players you can use and so much for your opponent to think about that they don't know how to defend against you, and because of this you will score more goals. And I'll show this in game. The lamb and ram and cam I just put on comeback on defence. I've experimented with the supports on crosses, positional freedom. I've tried them out a lot throughout the year and I found just default on all of them just seems to work best. But the comeback on defence barely affects the stamina, but makes you so much harder to break down, and the counter-attack's still fine on this game. But then the striker, I have him on stay central. I don't want him to go wide because I want him to stay in the middle of the pitch, be an outlet that I can pass to, I can play around. A good striker on this game for me is one that has 5-star weak foot, quick enough to get in behind when needed, but also is good enough that he can turn and dribble quite well, so he can hold the ball up and bring the rest of the cams into play. I don't want getting behind. I find with getting behind, literally even if the striker's 6 yards out, he will try and run past the centre backs to get in behind, which isn't possible from there. Getting behind, they just make stupid runs on this game, so you want to be using mixed attack in my opinion. bit like the balanced defensive style, it gives the best variety of runs, and players with intelligent attacking AI, so the ones with higher, I think it's called positioning in game, will make better runs with this one. I don't think it's worth using any other instruction in this formation. The only time I change this is in my ultra attacking. I have getting behind in the striker, because in that one I'm trying to just counter and get in past them when they're pressing a lot. And then stay forward, because in this formation the strikers aren't even allowed to come back on defence if you put it, so just leave him on stay forward so he pushes up the pitch, and I can use him for counters when it's possible. Boys, that's the formation, the instructions, the tactic, very important part of it. But now even more, I'm going to show you highlights of how I use this formation in game, so you can see how it plays, and you'll be able to get some insight on some of the useful tips, things that I do in game that work. Okay, in this clip here, I've just won the ball back, and I'm going to show you kind of how I counter attack using the players, the positions they take up, but then around the box, how I use the movement of my players and a few of the techniques I use to make some space and create a goal. So here, straight away, the CDMs, the centre backs won the ball here, and the CDMs, because there's two of them in the middle of the pitch, are a very easy outlet to get the ball to. So I go straight to Hullet. Hullet is in a good position, and then I go to a towel. I have the two CDMs here who pick up space in the middle. They're an easy option to go to, and then from there, I normally don't do one-touch passes, but I can get past this person's midfield quickly. If you can get past your opponent's midfield quickly, and you've got options on the counter-attack, it is always worth doing. So many people I play against rush the ball forward far too fast, but when I see an opportunity like this, where I've got four attackers, you've got Mbappe down there, Dalglish, Di Maria, and Neymar, it is worth attacking quick, especially if you can get past their midfield. In this position here, Mbappe is instantly taking up the right back. Di Maria should be taken up by the CDMs, but I've bypassed them straight away. Dalglish is taking up these men here, which is what the striker can do. And then Neymar has made a very intelligent run. So like here, he doesn't have to get into the box, but he still makes the run. Di Maria plays the pass into space there. And in this formation, because you have two men in the middle and two men out wide, you create options across the whole pitch. The 4-2-3-1 is brilliant because it stretches teams in every area of the pitch. So here, Neymar gets there. Here, I use some left stick dribbling. I normally would do a dead stop fake there, but because there's two men in this position, that isn't going to work, so I try left stick dribble my way out of trouble. I wanted to shoot, but I couldn't get into the angle because of this guy here. So there, I go backwards, I cut it back. Hullet there, this is one thing I want you to really notice as well. A lot of people only notice a player's involved in a goal if he touches the ball, if he gets the assist or goal. Hullet here, in my opinion, has a big impact on this goal, because even though I don't pass to him, his run into the middle there gives my opponent a little bit extra to think about, and is always an option that I could have gone back to. See there, he started to move there to mark Hullet at first, and because he does that, eventually Dalglish makes the run that we score from. Di Maria does very well there, and I get a bit lucky with the PK falling over, but Di Maria does very well to create the space. If my opponent had not switched off of the centre-back and stayed on Dalglish, he could have marked it. But Hullet, because he's on balanced attack, has made a run into the box. He takes up that man. It gives my opponent something extra to think about, and the fullback, who was originally marking Mbappe, has now left him because he sees the dangers here, but he can't get goal side in time. So I just square it to Dalglish. Dalglish has made a good run, and the movement of Mbappe and Hullet, along with some good left stick dribbling, have created a goal. I have 5 men in the box there. The CDM made a huge difference there, but that shows you how, if you're patient, use good left stick dribbling in the box, your team will create space for you. I didn't force anything, I didn't do anything stupid, I didn't just go straight for goal. I let my team's movement create a goal for me. Okay, here's another one we score, where again, I really want to show you how we use the CDMs. Mbappe here, out wide. A lot of people here, their CDMs would be back there, too far away to really effectively use them. So they'd be stuck in a position where they have to go there and try either go there or go there and do something special on the dribbling. A lot of the time on this game, if you're playing someone reasonably good, it is not easy to dribble around them or do tricks around them. The odds are in the favour of the defender on this game when it comes to that. So, having the CDMs here is invaluable because it instantly gives me an easy option to pass to. Hull it there means that he also pulls Gattuso, one of his CDMs, out of position. Go to my other CDM. And because these two CDMs are here, they've pulled out Kante and Gattuso. One of the key areas of defending on this game that I always talk to people, especially when I do private coaching, is I say, don't let people get past your CDMs. Defending on this game when you've got your men behind the ball is not actually that hard. So the key in attacking is, if defending when you've got your men behind the ball is easy, is to do what you can with your attackers to pull their CDMs out of position, get past their midfield, bypass it, and get to their defence. Having the CDMs in position here, what it instantly does is it pulls their CDMs out. So I get to my three attackers here, and Mbappe's, you can see his little head there, he's got the right back still. I get past the CDMs by going backwards, it pulls the CDMs out, I use my CDMs to do a quick pass, and I'm already past him. Okay, his PK now has to make a decision. Does he dive in? Does he try to read the passing lanes? He dives in, so then I go back to a Tal. I would have liked to have maybe taken touch and gone there, but we'll see what happens here. I didn't think that pass was on as much. So there, what happened was, my opponent panicked because he had lots of things to think about, and he maybe should step in and tackle me here. But Dalglish makes a good touch, and because Dalglish has the weak foot here as well, it's an easy touch and finish. Dalglish made an intelligent run, but an easy goal here all comes from my CDMs pulling their CDMs out of position. You don't have to do crazy skills or ridiculous play to make goals on this game. You just have to be patient and use all your team. I went backwards so I could eventually go forward, and I pulled his men out of position by using all my team. Okay, in this attack here, I lose the ball high up the pitch, but I want you to see what having a quick CDM on cut passing lanes cover centre does him. He makes the pass there, and notice right now I'm not controlling Atal, but look what happens. Atal makes an intelligent move to cut the passing lane, instantly switch to him, and he gets the ball, and I'm already counter attacking with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men against 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders. I go forwards. Again, we've got past his CDMs. If you can get past the CDMs quick, it's always worth doing this. I don't do any crazy trick here. I just use a player who's good at dribbling, quickly left stick turn. I'm facing that way, I quickly turn there to burst past my man, because one of the key areas of dribbling, using left stick dribbling and tricks on this game, is reading your opponent. I knew my opponent was too worried about this Di Maria run, so if we go back slightly, look here, my opponent there, I'm facing there, so my opponent is probably worried I'm going to take a touch and through ball Di Maria there. So I think ahead, I quickly read what I think my opponent is thinking, I anticipate it, he runs there, I left stick dribble quick, I run past him. So a lot of people ask me, how do you left stick dribble? How do you create space around the box? One of the key areas to it is predicting your opponent, trying to read his mind, think where is he going to go, and when you get the ball, read that, use that, bait him, I go past him, and from there I then do a double pass. The reason I do a double pass here is if I do a pass on the floor, here it won't get intercepted because there's no one in the way. But sometimes they take a bad touch, or you have to take a touch to then set yourself for the shot. If he takes a touch and it's not absolutely perfect, he just switches to PK and steps in. But when I do a double pass, it lifts it off the ground, I can volley it, and volleys on this game are really, really good when you're this close in, especially when the ball's gone slightly off the ground like that. And I volley it has so much power, it goes in. So there, the passing lanes on the CDM, steps in, wins the ball. I see that my opponent's out of position, so I counter quick. I use where I think my opponent's going to go to create space for the left stick dribbling. I do the double pass so I can set the volley up, and it is an easy goal. Okay, here again we are attacking using the midfield. I like to do little tricks like the heel to heel, because sometimes the opponent will dive in and miss them, or they will misread the animation because it's so quick, and they'll make a mistake and give you lots more space. But it's also nice to show your opponent that you've got some tricks in your locker. You don't want to overdo them, you don't want to do tricks for the sake of it, but little tricks like that sometimes can disorientate your opponent. Here, look here, Di Maria's gone down. Neymar might be offside, but it's not a very easy pass to make anyway. Mbappe's keeping the right back under check, but because Di Maria's gone down, I don't really have a safe option here. So what I don't do here, I don't force the ball forward. A lot of people there would through ball Dalglish, but he's in no chance of really doing anything. So instead, I do a heel to heel, nothing opens up, so I use my head, I go backwards. Watch here. I go back to the CDM. Tal is in acres of space, and rather than just force the ball forward, waste the opportunity, I use the CDMs who are joining in on the attack. And notice here, I attack quick and make quick passes when my opponent's out of position. You don't generally want to do first touch passes or very quick passing unless there's space, but because there is space here, my opponent's dragging men out of position. I attack quick. I don't make a first time pass here. I don't force the pass. I take a touch. Most passes I make, if not 95%, are always where I'm facing the correct way. I take a touch to set myself. So many people, when they get to the edge of the box, which is the hardest part to do, then ruin it by making a pass facing the wrong way or a first time pass. If you're patient and wait for your player's movement, often the striker in this formation will make intelligent runs across the centre backs, which he does here. I pass to him, and because he's got 5-star weak foot again, it means this is an easy shot into the near post. The near post, by the way, is nearly always the shot you should be going for. Dalglish hits it near post, easy goal. But there, one of the keys I want you to look at is I created space by going backwards. I didn't force the ball forwards. I used what I had in front of me. I went backwards and it made a nice, easy goal. Out of any of the clips that I've shown you in this video, this is probably the best play I've done out of any of them, the best play I did all weekend league, and possibly the one that is the most important for you to watch, and it's for a few reasons. This game here was in extra time against a top 100 player who was a very, very good defender. I was really struggling to break him down. I had to do something special to make a chance. Okay, let's watch this here. So, first, I'm using Hullet, my CDM. Hullet is attacking and creating more options for me. I get the ball here with Lasagna. Dalglish, can't really do anything there. Rooney, who I've subbed on, offers an outlet. He occupies a man, but there's not a lot I can do with him. Mbappe's offside. Lozano there occupies the right back, but not a lot I can do. So I get the ball with Lasagna, and there's not really anything on. So I have to wait, I have to be patient, I have to hold on to the ball to create space. One of the best things you can do on this game is create space by being patient. If you hold the ball long enough, can occupy your opponent long enough, your players will eventually make some space and make an intelligent run. But the problem is, so many people are impatient, they don't wait for those runs to happen. And when they don't wait for the runs to happen, they force the ball into a defender and lose it. If you are patient, which is hard to be sometimes, and can create space with the dribbling, your players will make the runs. Watch what I do here. I do a drag back. The drag back is one of the tricks that I really recommend, because the thing that's so excellent about it is you can exit either way with it. And again, it makes 5-star weak foot players so much better than the average player, because they can drag back onto either foot, and it makes them so unpredictable and hard to defend in the box. The drag back around the box is so good because you can go either way, but it's quick as well. Okay, sometimes you can read it, but you have to read which way it goes. It is really quick and go on either foot. That's one of the first parts of this here. Look here at the run Hullet makes. Hullet is the CDM, And what I've done here is I've not triggered a run with Rooney. I've triggered it with Hullet. So Hullet goes there. Hullet there is making a run. Here, my opponent might think I'm going to pass to Hullet. And if Hullet's bombing forward there, he's got a shot that he can do there, or a shot that he can do near post. That Hullet run is probably the most key run in this play. It makes it so hard for my opponent to defend because Mbappe's making a run there, Lozano will tuck in here. It gives my opponent so much to think about. See here, I'm just delaying the play here. I've done a drag back to create a bit of space, but he marked that because it was good defending. I've used some left stick dribbling. I'm not forcing the play here. I'm trying to be creative and give myself as much time as possible for one of my players to make a run that will cause a goal. Here, again, I'm trying to left stick dribble. This is a very small thing, but just watch this touch Lasagna does here. Where I turn that way, and then I turn that way straight away. Just watch that again. It's a very small thing, but turning one way in the box and turning the other way straight away, it just gets you an animation that a lot of the time fools the AI and opponents when they're manually defending. It's very small, but it's important. Watch. I turn that way. See how De Bruyne. I'm going to keep repeating it because I really want to show you this touch. Because if you can do that, move one way and move the other way straight away, or move one way and then move the opposite way straight away, it is a very effective way of fooling people. Okay, look here. De Bruyne is there, and I want to get past him there. Look here. De Bruyne is there. I've turned there and then gone that way. Watch where De Bruyne ends up. De Bruyne there. This is very minute. It is very close, and it doesn't. De Bruyne was there when Lasagna was there, but because I'd gone like that, it sells the AI De Bruyne, and De Bruyne doesn't cover this pass there. I do a double pass across because if I do a normal pass, it's intercepted, and then Dalglish finishes it bottom corner. And watch the goal back. Hullet is around here. He's helped create space. Hullet makes an intelligent run there. I'm just delaying time here with Lasagna and trying to dribble, keep making space. I thought, no, I don't do a heel to heel there. But I turn one way, turn the other way. That is a great form of left stick dribbling that creates space. Because I do that, De Bruyne gets fooled by it, even though he's got pretty good defending. It creates just enough space for me to make the pass to Dalglish. I don't do a through ball, because if I do a through ball, it'll go there and he can step in or the keeper will come out. I don't do a normal pass, because if I do a normal pass there, De Bruyne just sticks a foot out and intercepts it. I do the double tap pass, which is double A on Xbox or double X on PlayStation. It lifts the ball there over the defender, and when it lifts it over the defenders just don't lock on very well. They don't intercept it as much, and it is enough to create the space. I wait for Dalglish's run, I lift the ball over the defender, and then it is an easy finish for somebody as good as Dalglish. But there, Hullet's run, patience with Lasagna, left stick dribbling, drag back, and then I use the double pass. And the other thing here is, watch what Hullet's run's done. Hullet's run has occupied this centre-back. This centre-back is occupied by Hullet, so he can't cover Dalglish. There was a lot in that clip, even though it was only basically 10 seconds, that clip, there was a lot there that if you can take these things into your game and use them to make more space, you will score far more goals. This is a very quick and effective one, but watch how I just quickly make a move here that throws my opponent off. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7 defenders in the box. I get the ball here with Hullet. It doesn't look like there's much danger, but what I can almost guarantee here before this even happened was my opponent sees the ball there, he's going to dive in to try either tackle me there or mark that pass and cut it off. So with Hullet, because he's got 5-star weak foot, and he's just, like I said, I know he costs a lot, but you can get other, like if you had a Tal here, it's a lot cheaper. A Tal can still do this. I drag back because I read my opponent's going to, because he's gone from there to there quick, he's going to dive in. I drag back and hit it near post. Watch it again. Get the ball with Hullet. Quick shot pass for the free kick. The drag back creates that space there that Hullet can just go there. And then the near post shot here is pretty much always OP. It's the best shot on FIFA 20. I bang it near post, and it's an easy goal that has just come from a very simple but effective drag back. Okay, here I'm going to show you a corner. A lot of people that I watch or play against or do coaching with take their corners by crossing it into the box. Don't do it. Crossing into the box on FIFA 20 is near useless. And okay, you might occasionally score an easy header from a corner, but the percentages are so low, you are so much better taking it short and working opportunity into the box. Watch what I do here. I take it short, and I'll nearly always pass it to the edge of the box. What happens here is nearly always one of my attackers will make some space that if my opponent doesn't read it quick, I can make an easy pass to. Here, Di Maria, you can see here, peels off, so he's just isolated against this defender. So it's an easy pass. It doesn't look like there's much that I can do here. I can't really drag back it there because he'll step in, he'll go in. I could have maybe gone backwards and just kept the ball. But what I see here is a great opportunity to use the scoop turn. Look there. The scoop turn there. Look how much gap I've got between me and my opponent there. That is enough gap that I can take a touch there and shoot there. If you look before, look at the gap right now. Before I do the scoop turn, my opponent, do the line better. Well, the gap between me and my opponent, like, he actually is in front of me technically in terms of being closer to the net. The opponent's in front of me, and he's controlling him. But because I do an effective scoop turn, the gap there goes from him being there and me being there to him. He's barely moved, and I've gone there. So using a quick scoop turn, which 4 or 5 star skillers can do, I've created the space, and then from there, okay, it's not a great angle to shoot, but with someone as good as Di Maria, with the shot power, the finisher, is a shot that I'm willing to take on. The near post probably wasn't going to work there because it was marked. I get a quick and easy goal. So I've worked the ball short from the corner. I've looked up to see what my options are because on short corners it's not always the same. Di Maria is in some space here. I do a quick scoop turn, and from there I've scored a nice easy goal. That's not had to do a lot. It's very simple and effective, easy trick to do. Boys, appreciate you watching this video. I think we've gone through a lot today, lots of different examples of how to break down your opponent, how you can use the formation, looking at how you can utilise your CDMs, how they can be used as an outlet, how they create more space with the runs they make, how the lamb and ram can be used to pull players out of position, how going backwards is important because going backwards to go forwards can pull their men out of position. Being patient is so key in the 4-2-3-1 because you can use the positions you've got to pull their men out of position. And if you can get past people's midfield, you'll instantly find it easier to create more chances. We've looked at how being patient and waiting for your players to make the intelligent runs, which can be frustrating because sometimes the AI can be very stupid. But as you've seen from my clips, they will eventually make the runs. Even saw the cut passing lanes, how that can step in and help with counter attacks. We saw how sometimes I would counter at pace when I caught my opponent out of position, but then at other times I would slow it down and go backwards to rebuild. How I use the heel to heel, ball rolls, left stick dribbling, different examples of that, even the scoop turn at the end. These are simple but effective tricks that create nice chances because what they do in the boxes, they're quick, they're effective, and especially with 5-star weak foot players, they allow you to set up not just better angles for shots, but better space because these tricks are so quick and effective that if your opponent doesn't read them to perfection, you can easily create that little half yard of space that will give you a free goal. You probably notice on a lot of these goals, a lot of them were near post finishes. When you get the chances and create space, using the near post finish is a great way of doing it. I try to show you lots of different examples. Boys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support so much lately on the videos. If there's any type of videos you want to see moving forward, please let me know. But I really hope this helps you to score more goals and understand the 4-2-3-1 in a whole new way. Thank you for watching.